All right, listen up, kid. We got a badass fight night on our hands. We got Gene Silva versus Diego Lopez, UFC Noche. I'm kidding. This shit's pig slop. It's absolute pig slop. We know what it is. I'm not gonna run through this shit. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time. I did not spend a ton of time researching. Obviously, I did. I did the P's and Q's. I did the bullshit. Okay, let's just jump into it. Diego Lopez versus Gene Silva. Sorry, I'm getting this one out pretty late to you guys, but you guys already know how I feel about this matchup. The one thing I'm concerned about, whenever Gene Silva, gets up against the fence, sometimes he has a tendency to pull the high guard and duck his head. And if you know anything about Diego Lopez's fight style, obviously he's very prone to throwing a nice uppercut. He's got good uppercuts, especially in that clinch, that close range area. He's got a really nice close range uppercut. So that's the one concerning thing. Apart from that, man, Gene Silva styles and this guy gets a fourth round knockout. Yeah. Gene Silva beats the fuck out of him. If you really want the breakdown or whatever, I don't even think I broke that one down, but Gene Silva masterclass, speed advantage, everything. So I got another video coming to you for all you casuals saying that the fighting nerds are washed or overrated or fraud checked. Next up, David Martinez versus Rob Font. I think this is another Rob Font fraud check. I really do. I think David Martinez, what his sister got knocked out in Nashville. I'm taking that momentum. I'm taking that vibe. I think, David Martinez looked great against a fucking potato can. I don't even know who the fuck that guy was. Some random jobber just looking to throw a spinning back fist. I don't know. He looked fucking terrible. Looked slow as hell. That's not Rob Font. This is too much too soon. Typical case. We see it all the time. Too much too soon. Rob Font, predominantly, he got an easier matchup now. Now he doesn't have to worry about the grappling. Now he's going to be into a fully striking matchup against a guy in David Martinez who's good at throwing just one shot at a time. He's not really a long combinations guy. He's more or less find the shot type of guy. Could have some success against Rob Font. Wouldn't be shocked if he chins him, but I think Rob Font's just going to go ahead and take this one away with higher volume, get the decision, maybe a third round TKO for Rob Font. So that's what I'm feeling on that one. Next up, Rafa Garcia versus Jared Gordon, egghead himself. We got Jared Gordon out here in 2025 coming to get a big dub. I think he's due for it. I think he's owed it. I think he's a little bit better than Rafa everywhere. Honestly, does anybody remember Rafa Garcia fights? I don't. I remember Jared Gordon fights. He's going to split decisions with some of the best guys in the world. Nasrat Haqparast beat both these guys, beat him and Bobby Green. So, not Bobby Green, fucking Paddy Pimblett. So, Jared Gordon's a pick. I think the luck's going to swing around for him. I think he's due for it. And that knockout against Thiago Moises shows for it as well. Oh my gosh, this fat slob's on the card. I forgot. Kelvin Gastelum versus Dustin Stoltzfus. I think the pick's just Kelvin Gastelum. Obviously, I think Dustin Stoltzfus is a little underrated. At times, he looks chinny or whatever, but he definitely is good. I think skill for skill, he probably is a little bit better than Kelvin. But Kelvin's weird. He's unorthodox. That southpaw, he's just a tough son of a bitch. So I think the pick's just going to be I think the pick's just going to have to be Kelvin Gastelum, especially considering that this is a big step down in competition compared to what he has been fighting. But, man, don't be all crazy on Kelvin Gastelum this week because, man, Dustin Stoltzfus is good, but Kelvin should have this one done. This is a big step down, I think, in competition from Joe Pyfer to him. So, sorry if that was your rape. Santiago Luna versus Quang Le. Man, I don't ever pick I'm not gonna lie. He's from Vietnam. Okay. Yeah, I'm still picking Santiago Luna. I'm gonna pick Santiago Luna to do good on his debut. Younger, faster. I don't know. Has nothing to lose. He might just get a random knockout. I feel like these guys are just prone to getting randomly knocked out. That's not fucking racist. I don't know. Really, what do you want? They got a picture of him. Oh, never mind. All right. Well. That could be a terrible pick. Alexander Hernandez versus Diego Ferreira. I'm picking Alexander Hernandez, honestly. I think the biggest thing, and I'm watching tape on this, is I'm seeing Diego Ferreira who just sits there. He doesn't have the best head movement. He gets hit a lot. He loses first rounds a lot. Now, do I think Diego Ferreira is going to win the third round? Absolutely. So this fight comes down to round 2, and I think Alexander Hernandez has enough momentum, is looking good enough recently, where I think he might be able to steal round 2. I think it's going to come down to a split decision. I think in the split decision, I'm going to give it to Alexander Hernandez for robbery split decision win against Diego Ferreira. which I'm really not loving this pick. I'm not super confident in it, but I think this fight is going to be a split decision win for whoever wins it. So that's probably going to be the prop play for the. What is this doing on the card? What the fuck is Jose Medina and Dusko Trudovic still doing in the UFC? I have no idea. Obviously, Jose Medina is just some tough guy from Mexico, and Dusko is dog shit. They're both dog shit, but I think Dusko probably can strike a little bit better than Jose Medina, who is a walking punching bag with a pulse. So I'm gonna pick Dusko. I wouldn't be shocked if a third round, something weird happens in the third round, and I get to slam a Modelo or something. So we're gonna pick Dusko Trudovic just by being a better martial artist and not just being a guy with a chin. So next up, Claudio Puelles versus Joaquim Silva. I'm absolutely not picking a butt scooter. Okay, if you think I'm 2025, I'm picking Claudio Puelles, who is scooting his ass around the octagon. Dude, I will never pick him. I don't care if he goes on a 10-fight win streak. I don't care what happens, what the situation is. I will never pick this kid to win a fight. He looks frail, quite frankly. I think a guy in Joaquim Silva, who's a Brazilian, who has Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu background, is going to be competent in the situations in which Claudio Puelles is going for a knee bar, going for a leg lock, going for something goofy like that. And I think Joaquim Silva will be okay in defending that and, like I said, competent in those areas. And I think on the feet, the power is going to scare Claudio Puelles, whatever the fuck the kid's name is. We're going with Joaquim Silva. Tatiana, this is the fucking banger, man. Oh my god. Tatiana Suarez versus Amanda Lemos. I mean, where do I even start? So first things first, I want to get into the outside foot battle. I think Amanda Lemos can really do something. I'm picking Tatiana Suarez. I'm not doing any more breakdown than that. Jesus Aguilar versus Luis Gurel. Obviously, Jesus Aguilar feels like, submission or bust. Luis Aguilar or Luis Guruli took his fuck. He took his L that he needed to take for the year, being 10-0-0. It's never good for a prospect. You cannot be undefeated. He got his fraud check. He's due for a win now. I think he beats Jesus Aguilar via volume and outstriking him on the feet. Please do not shoot your fucking bald little milk dud head into Aguilar's fucking submission, into his guillotine. Please don't do it. He should win the fight other than that. So I'm picking Luis Gorilla. Zachary Roos versus Boot Gang. Your typical race battle right here. We gotta love to see it. The skinhead versus the dreadhead. Who's gonna win it? I think you guys know who I'm picking. I'm picking Zachary Reese, of course. Listen, Shadrikas has just got so much shit going on outside of the octagon. It's just hard to be able to pick a guy in that. I'm not really feeling him. I mean, dude, I think his life's karma is going to catch up to him, and I think it's deservingly. Now, we have seen being evil and being a bad guy is a great base for MMA, but I think Zachary Reese will be able to get him done. I think the look, Zachary Reese getting flatlined, okay, fine, sure, whatever, cool, who cares? But Cedricus Dumas just legit quitting, like crouching up, hiding, ducking and hiding from Mikhail Zajac. I think Zachary Reese is a guy who can watch that tape and be like, I'm going to whip this kid's ass. And I think the mental confidence in that alone is going to... Now, Cedricus Dumas of old, against the one against Cody Brundage, that version, I think might be able to beat Zachary Reese just because I think Zachary Reese might be a little intimidated going into it. Cedricus Dumas is an intimidating looking guy. But I'm picking Zachary Reese just because of the mental edge I think he's going to have after watching that Mikhail Zajac loss where he just quite frankly quit. Alessandro Costa versus Alden Correa. This is a terrible matchup. We got a UFC debut newcomer against an experienced guy, and Alessandro Costa is only losing to the cream of the crop. He's short too. The takedowns aren't really going to be effective from Alden Correa. I'm all over Alessandro Costa this weekend. It's a terrible matchup for him. So let's go with Costa. I think Alden is actually going to be something in this division, though. I think he looks decent from what I've seen. Montserrat Radon versus Elise Pereira. She's 38, I think. Yeah, we're going with Elise Pereira. What's the question? Yeah, I don't know. No idea. I'm going with the younger fighter. Yeah. And finally, Rodrigo Cienciano versus Daniil Doncheco. Guys, come on. I didn't research this one. I'm picking Daniil Doncheco. Just give me the favorite. All right. Well, that's the breakdown. I got another video coming up. Should be actually releasing tonight. So sorry I've been AFK this week. This is a pig slop shit box card. So I hope you guys enjoy this one as much as I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm probably only gonna tune in for the main event. Maybe I'll probably start at the Jared Gordon or the Kelvin Gastelum fight. That's probably when I'll start watching. But yeah, fuck it. Anyways, see you guys.